Right, so let us take you through all the areas where Afghanistan has attacked Pakistan so far. Here is a visual map of all the areas that Afghanistan has attacked. Pakistan post-attack, Nuristan, Kunnar, Torkham Gate, Nangarhar, Paktia, Khost and Paktika. So these are the areas: Pak post-attack, Nuristan, Kunnar, Torkham Gate, Nangarhar, Paktia, Khost and Paktika. All right, so we have Mariam Solaimankhil, member of Afghanistan's Parliament in exile, joining us live from the United States right now. Mariam, good morning and thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Mariam, I want to understand, do you really think both Pakistan and Afghanistan have the financial bandwidth to continue this escalation, this conflict for a very long period of time? And how is it going to impact especially civilians, innocent civilians in Afghanistan?
Well, thank you for having me once again on your show. This is a great question because we have to look at the point that ISI and Pakistan is built off of war. They get their funding off of war. They've made terrorism into a business. So exporting terrorists and making money out of destabilizing the region is how they collect revenue. This is how they can go to IMF and ask for more loans. And this is affecting the people. They're not killing terrorists. They're sitting there with the leaders of Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish Mohammed and TTP and Taliban. They created all of these organizations. And then they also admit to it. Khwaja Asif the other day admitted that Pakistan was used like toilet paper and thrown aside by the United States, and that they harbored and created Taliban that they're fighting today. They've created this monster. Now, when we talk about are they economically, financially going to be able to do this, then we have to look at what the global game is. Who wants to secure that area and who doesn't want to secure it. So I do think that they'll be able to secure it. The only problem is that the Taliban don't play by the same rules as Pakistan wants to or has had experience in playing. While we were in the Afghan Republic, we fought the Taliban for 2 decades. So fighting guerrilla warfare, fighting people with suicide bombers is very difficult. It's not easy to defend. So they created this monster and now they're going to cry about it and they're going to try to make more money off of it to keep this war going. And who suffers? The women, the children who are already suffering under the Taliban regime. Just like Pahalgam, the Indian people will suffer. So as long as this terrorist state, Pakistan, is being funded and secured, none of us can sleep safely at night.
Right, Mariam, so what do you think, you as a member of Afghan's Parliament in exile, what do you think, first of all, this question has 2 parts. First of all, what is bodies like UN, etc. doing and they could moving forward? Because we know, UN has always been very famous about tweeting about all these stuff from their air-conditioned office, but they never come on ground and do something about it, like we saw in case of Gaza, Ukraine, etc. Secondly, what do you think the Afghan government will, moving forward, take precautionary measures to protect civilian lives now, which is absolutely in danger?
If the Taliban was the type of a government to care about civilian lives, they'd be worried about what's happening to their women and children right now.
Absolutely.
The government that Pakistan has created, which we call the Taliban right now, it's not a government, it's a group that's taken over. They're more worried about what happens after you die in your afterlife than how you're living at the moment. So whenever someone dies, they just say, oh, they're a martyr and they're going to heaven. So that's the end of that. The UN, they've been useless. They have done nothing. Half a nation is oppressed. Women are oppressed, and they refuse to recognize gender apartheid as a crime against humanity. So if you do it on the basis of religion, on the basis of the color of your skin, it's okay. But as a woman, I mean, Afghanistan had rights to vote and women's rights before the West ever did. Our region, India, Afghanistan, the East, the Middle East, we had rights for our women before the West ever did. And overnight, women who were businesswomen, poets, politicians, doctors, lawyers, they lost every single right. So if we allow this to keep happening in Afghanistan, you never know when it could happen anywhere else in the world. And if the UN can't take that seriously, then I don't know what they're capable of doing. I look at women like yourself. I look at countries like India who are in our region and can look at me and be like, that's my sister. We share a history together. We need to stand up for one another. I believe in the people. I believe in the people of our region. I believe in our culture. I believe in our history. And I think that there's more good people than evil people. We need to stick together.
Right, Mariam, you mentioned India and also Afghanistan. Pakistan has mentioned that called India a proxy in this war. Now, what you as a member of parliament, Afghan parliament, would like to urge the Indian government maybe for assistance or any kind of mediation role they could play, you think?
I think the Indian government has to stick by the Afghan people, the Afghan nation. And they've done a good job doing that through every flood, through every earthquake. India has stood with the people and they should continue to do so. They should not legitimize a regime that doesn't take women as human beings as equal to have equal rights as men. So standing by the Afghan nation and the Afghan people is the right thing to do. I think that in that context, we can have a very good economic partnership, a very peaceful partnership within the region. We should get rid of old strategies, old policies, and countries like Pakistan who have tried to destabilize us for decades. They're the ones who make proxies. They're pointing fingers. They're pointing one finger at you, but there's three pointed back at them. There's proof that they're the ones who create these proxies. They've admitted it over and over again that they've created these proxies. They harbored Osama bin Laden. They were sitting openly in different events with the heads of Lashkar Taiba and Jaish Mohammed. They created TTP. This is what they do. They blame game. And then they lie in the media. They set trolls out in the media and they lie to control the rhetoric. But we, the people of Afghanistan, you, the people of India, we know the truth. We know who they are. It's been too long.
Right, Mariam, continue to stay with us as we have more guests joining us live right now. We have